to bounce back. You ain't getting shit. Last night took a L, but tonight I bounce back. Boy, I've been broke as hell, catch the check and bounce back. B-Town LAX, every week I bounce back.
So the next exercise is around the world and lateral raises. I've never done around the world reverse like this, so if you guys see anything that you want to critique, feel free, but overall my understanding is to keep a parallel back and just keep your arms straight out and bring them around. I will demonstrate as best I can.
Girl, get off my foot.
Still maintain a possibility of gain. In my next shoulder video about my serratus, and we will be talking about nutrition as soon as this workout's done. So keeping my foot afloat. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. My heel is touching just slightly, but I'm using that as my sense to know where to stop. I am not allowing my foot to stay rested in that position. For this entire workout, to have maintained nothing heavier than a 50-pound dumbbell So it really shows you what you can do given the situation. Ah. My number one thing when starting nutrition and talking about bulking or cutting, somebody who's looking to bulk and says that they can never bulk, my number one key thing to help you along with that is making sure your body's fully nourished. That includes omega-3s. I personally use a fish oil, and I honestly just get it at Shoppers. I used to always buy the one from GNC when I used to work there, but a lot of people don't take fish oils, but it is essential in your body because our body is used to a paleo diet from way, way back when, and our body hasn't adapted to the fact that we don't take in fish every day anymore. So a good substitute is taking a fish oil daily, and I honestly found that the reason that you need to take a fish oil is that your body's not functioning at 100% if it's not getting everything that it needs. So for me, personally, I knew I wasn't getting enough fish in my diet. I hardly ate fish then. I started eating more now that I am more into my nourishment, I guess. But I still don't get enough to date. So a good way to make sure that you are optimizing what you're taking in, because if you're not fed properly, your body's not working at 100%. So working at 100% includes having all your vitamins in you. And you may think, oh yeah, like I eat a lot of superfoods, I eat this, I eat that. Fish oils is a big part of it. If you do eat a lot of vegetables and all that, you don't need to, but I do recommend also a vitamin. It helps so much with your immune system too. I find that as soon as I get off my multi-packs that I used to buy, all of a sudden my immune system would just drop. I'd get sick for a few days, and it makes the world of a difference, because you are getting an excess by putting that in your body, but your body's not going to retain that huge amount of excess, so all that's going to end up happening is you're going to end up peeing it out or whatever. And drink lots of water, you'll be fine. It's not like we're putting toxic things in your body. It's not. It is all stuff that your body needs, and to work at 100% and make sure you are getting your food coming into you properly, that is my number one recommendation. My second recommendation also has to do with your body working at 100%. Make sure you are well rested. I find that it doesn't play a huge factor, but it definitely does to an extent, and making sure your body's getting 8 hours of rest a night. It is difficult. I am not perfect at it, and trust me, I have nights where I sleep 4 or 5 hours, and it is not key, but it is definitely a helping factor, and that's what we're going for here, is getting you guys all the little tips and tricks so you guys can build up all the muscle you want or lean down all that you want, and getting your metabolism functioning properly. You do need that 8 hours of sleep. I'm young still, so my metabolism works quite well still, so I haven't noticed the effects of that yet, but as we age, it definitely helps improve the speed of your metabolism and having it working properly. My third tip is tracking your macros. A lot of people don't know what macronutrients are. I have demonstrated them on my channel a couple times now. It is your carbs, your fats, and your protein. Your protein intake should be 0.8 grams to 1.2 grams of protein per pound of lean body mass. Your fat, I believe, is 0.4. I can't recall all the numbers right now. 0.4 to 0.6. No, yeah, I'd say something along those lines.
And carbs, you actually need quite a few carbs in your diet. I believe mine's sitting at about 220, and my lean body mass is probably about 160 pounds worth. The muscle is on me, I'd say. So anyways, guys, what macronutrients are the building blocks to build muscle or build the physique that you would like. And your calories are also part of that. So with my calories, you don't have to become somebody that counts everything that goes into their body, but you definitely do have to be aware of what you're taking in. Eating lots definitely helps, and making sure we feed ourselves with whole foods is a huge thing that I noticed for myself, because whole foods such as chicken, fish, rice, I found that I was gaining so much more weight than buying a weight gainer shake. The only one that I've ever used is Carnivore's Muscle Mass. I believe that's what it's called. Anyways, with that, I would take this and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put on so much size, and I honestly did. It's not the fact that I didn't. There's creatine in it as well, so I did retain some water from it, and I found that a lot of my size dissipated, and also I was relying on it too much, so I was not getting my proper nourishment like I was talking about before, and it would just go through me, and I couldn't process anything, and those calories ended up just negating because I wouldn't hold on to anything, and I would burn through them, or my body would reject them. So that is a huge thing, is making sure you're nourished, and then counting your macronutrients. You may think that, oh, I'm eating so much, but honestly, at the end of the day, I used to think that I would eat 5,000 to 6,000 calories a day. I was like, oh yeah, that's easy. But as we've seen in my just past video, 10,000 calories is actually kind of difficult for me. I also started at noon, but 6,000 calories, it was definitely nowhere near what I was eating. I was probably eating closer to, I would say, 4. I might have been eating 4, but I was eating a lot of fats, I was eating a lot of carbs, and I wasn't eating a lot of just clean proteins. I was eating sausages and stuff, and sausages and all that. I found that my body didn't retain them well. Same with McDonald's and fast food places. I find that my body doesn't retain them well. It just processes through me, and I end up losing weight if I just try to dirty bulk. I definitely can. It's not impossible. If I just sit there and eat a whole bunch of chicken nuggets and fries and all that, then I definitely do gain weight. Don't get me wrong. It's just a matter of the fact that my body doesn't accept fast food very well, and I usually burn through it fairly quickly, and they're a lot easier to break down, and there's a lot less nutritional value. So with in a nugget meal, I believe there's 1,000 calories if you get the 10-piece with a large fry and a large drink. There's 1,000 calories. Actually, I think it's closer to 1,200. 1,200 calories right there, which, wow, oh my God, I could put on so much weight doing that. But your body doesn't maintain any of that because it isn't proteins and carbs. It's a lot of carbs. It's a lot of carbs. But your body uses carbs as energy, versus with protein, your body uses it to help build muscle. Don't get me wrong, carbs definitely do play a part, but carbs are converted to energy. That's what fuels your body. It's not what your body retains, and that's the thing. A lot of people get that mixed up. Oh, I'm eating all these calories, but I'm not maintaining anything. Well, the whole thing is you're eating a lot of carbs, and your body's burning through them, and you're using them as energy. Or you are eating a lot of carbs, and if you're not burning off this energy, it starts turning into fat and gets stored in your body. So that is very anti-productive for yourself, right? That's why I recommend such a high protein intake, and that's why I'm doing a high protein intake right now. I know the chances are very minimal, but I would love to just put on like half a pound more. I would love to just say that, oh yeah, by me channeling the inner protein bro in me and taking every little bit that I can, I am going to put on another half a pound, and I would be over the moon to think, okay, yeah. And it is a big mental mind game, playing with that. So I'm leading into 10 minutes right now, so I'm going to kind of speed this up here. Tip number 4 is consistency. Making sure you're doing this daily, because it's all great if you eat my bulking is 3,300 calories, which isn't all that much, but I put on so much weight this winter. I got up to 195 pounds. At the time, I had never been over 180 for more than 2 days. So it was fantastic in that sense, and I got up to 195. I was so happy. I was eating chicken, rice, salmon. We will definitely be doing more meal prepping, because when I go home, I'll make sure that I do something like that, because it is good to know what can help you in that sense, because I know I used to think, oh yeah, I'll just eat, and all of a sudden I'll gain weight. It's not just eating, it's eating the right stuff. And that's what I mean by eating the right stuff, is whole foods with chicken, rice, asparagus, potatoes, all stuff that you can make at home. You can go out and buy this stuff pre-made. You can, there's things like bite meals, and they're all over the place. There are things that are pre-made that you can just throw in the microwave. The best way to do it, though, is at home, I find, in my personal opinion. And I'm trying to think, do I have a number 5? My number 5 would be exercise. I know a lot of people don't want to do it, and you know what? At the end of the day, dieting definitely plays a more key role than pushing steel, pumping iron, whatever you want to call it, working out, because diet can fix a lot of problems and can make you healthy. Working out definitely is good, and cardiovascular endurance, if you want to get bigger, that's the only way to put on muscle. I am gonna try and find the video. There's a video, and it says what happens each step of the way, that after 3 days of not working out, 7 days of not working out, and honestly, it would shock you guys. But it's all good if you lose all this weight because you've dieted a whole bunch, but you don't have anything underneath that. And that is what people need to realize, is that, you know what, nobody wants to be a stick, nobody wants to be a circle, everybody wants the V tapers, etc. So to get that body, you can't just diet your way to that. You have to be training yourself, and weight training, in my personal opinion, I love the most. Doing lots of cardio definitely helps, and it helps with losing weight, but you will be breaking down your muscle if you get into those excess amounts. And on top of that, again, you don't build a lot of muscle from doing cardio. Running, especially. Going onto a bike, you definitely can build up your hams, your hamstrings, and your quadriceps, and your calves, but you do not build up your upper body at all. And bros never let bros skip arm day, so let's stick together on that. We'll always do arm day together. We'll do chest day together, I promise. Anyways, guys, so that is basically my big 5 points on nutrition, and making sure you're consistent with your training. That video will get more into it. Link will be in the description box below, I promise. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This breakdown has actually been really fun for me, and just talking about right now is giving me a lot more energy, so I am happy about that. I hope you guys enjoy. If you guys have any questions, you are always free to direct message me on Instagram. You guys can YouTube, comment, love, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I'll see you guys next time. We'll be doing another video on Wednesday. I'm not 100% sure what we're doing yet, so I guess you'll have to come check it out. Bye, guys.